Coming up on October 24th and 25th at Kenmure Country Club, the Pardee Hospital Foundation will host its 16th annual Women Helping Women event. And this year's keynote speaker is Shannon Miller, the most decorated Olympic gymnast in America. And Shannon, welcome.
Thank you.
I tell you what, I am completely honored to be speaking with you. I remember watching your routines when you were starting out, and it's just phenomenal. In fact, I was just rewatching one of the events, and the skill you did it with just brought tears to my eyes. And I really appreciate what you're doing now with us in the Pardee Hospital Foundation.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be up there.
Well, thank you so much. Now, talk a little bit about, everybody knows that at some point in their life they're going to experience an event that will either influence them or change them. And having already been a gold medalist and achieving great heights, you had a sobering moment later on at the end of your career.
I did. Well, it's funny. You have a few of those sobering moments. Certainly I had a couple during my career, a few setbacks with injuries and whatnot, but I don't think I truly understood the word until I was diagnosed with a malignant germ cell tumor, which is a rare form of ovarian cancer, and that happened in January of 2011. So well retired by that point. I had a young son. He was about 14 months old at the time. My husband, very active, and had just launched a company, everything going right, and all of a sudden your world just stopped.
What did you first notice about this? Was it just an annual checkup, or were you experiencing pain? What was happening?
In specifically with ovarian cancer, but with many issues, there aren't always a lot of signs that we necessarily understand as signs of a particular cancer. For me, at the time, I would have told you no. I felt fine, as always. But looking back, I think, I did have a lot more stomach aches than normal. I lost some weight, but I kept attributing those things to, I'm finally getting back on track after my son turned a year old. I stopped nursing. So all these things were going on with my body anytime. So I kind of brushed those off as nothing. But what happened was they found the tumor during the regular exam, during the pelvic exam, and I was very fortunate. They happened to catch it very early.
Now, you say they caught it early, but this was quite a large tumor.
Yes, by the time they detected it, which oftentimes these tumors can kind of almost hide, it was already the size of a baseball.
Now, was everything confined to that area?
It was. Like I said, it was caught very early, and I was extremely lucky. They did surgery to remove the tumor along with my left tube and ovary, and then after that, I found out that the malignancy was higher grade than what they originally thought. And then I went through a 9-week, pretty aggressive chemotherapy regimen.
So this was just a couple years ago, so you're just 2 years out of that. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling great now. The first year, they say it takes 6 months to a year to kind of recover, and I thought, oh, sure, I'll do it in 3. No, it took a full year for me to truly start feeling like myself again. And my husband and I, we weren't real sure that we would be able to still have children after the surgery, after the chemotherapy. But we were blessed with our baby girl this June. So other than being tired from just typical motherhood, I'm doing great.
Was there a moment before all this happened when you were out being a public speaker, or is this something you've decided to do after this life-changing event?
No, the really interesting thing is that I've been a women's health advocate for years prior to my own diagnosis, and I had actually formed a company to extend that effort with the mission of helping women make their health a priority. That company, we started about a year and a half prior and launched it 6 months prior to my diagnosis, and I truly believe that this was God's way of helping me stay on track, was also kind of helping me focus on others, because I had been talking to doctors and nurses and survivors coming off of September and October Cancer Awareness Month, moving into December when I almost canceled my exam. But here I was, an advocate for women's health, and I thought, no, I can't skip my own exam. That's the exam that they found the cyst.
Has this changed the direction you've taken the company now? Has this increased, well, obviously it's increased your awareness of how this can affect anybody, but has it changed how you are positioning what you say when you go out now?
To some degree. Obviously, the company kind of mirrors, in many ways, what's going on in my life, whether it's pregnancy or body after baby or just, trying to stay fit and healthy. But we talk a lot about diabetes, about heart disease, #1 killer of women. We talk about the different types of cancer awareness, prevention, treatment. But I think I've just become so much more passionate because now I've seen and been through what so many others are going through. And so I feel like I can speak about it from a different place, almost as an insider versus just someone saying, hey, get your screens and exams. Now it is absolutely truly from the heart because I know what could have happened had I not gone in for that exam. Because
you were a woman's health advocate, did this hit you like a brick wall when they said you've got cancer?
It did, but I also know that cancer doesn't discriminate. It does not care how many gold medals you have. For me, I think it hit me more from the perspective of, I've always been fit and healthy. I've always known my body inside and out because that's what you do as a gymnast. After gymnastics, after I retired, I still kind of felt that way until having my son, and then your body's kind of all out of whack, and you have no idea what's going on. And so I kind of felt like I had lost a little bit of that perspective of making sure that I understood what was going on with my body and speaking up about it. Because when you have a child, as parents know, everything's about the child, and that's a good thing to some extent, but you can't slide on your own health. And I think that's my biggest message, is that it's not a selfish act to want to be healthy, because if we're not healthy, we can't be there for all of those who depend on us.
So for Women Helping Women, I guess you'll be speaking about your trials and what you went through during this period?
I will. I'll be talking about some different things. Certainly, a little bit about the Olympic experience and how the lessons that I learned through the sport helped me on my cancer journey. I'll also talk about the importance of taking care of your own health and making it a priority.
Did you have any history of cancer in your family prior to this?
Well, we do have some cancers in our family, but this is not a genetic type cancer. This is a very rare form of ovarian that they really don't know how it comes about, where it comes from.
But luckily, they definitely caught it in time, so that's a great thing. And we look forward to you being here with us, because it's rare that we get to meet someone outside of our circle of influence who has really fought this battle and struggled with this. We meet a lot of women locally, but we don't really get the sense that this affects everybody. And I guess with you being here, it kind of shows us that no one is immune to this. Like you said, it does not discriminate.
Absolutely, and I think that's a really important message, and it's something that I chose to be very public about. No one wants to go around the country talking about their ovaries, but I felt that it was really important for women to know and to see that it can happen to anyone. And so the best thing is just take as much care on the preventative side as you can. And you can't do everything, but there's a lot of things that can help you. If nothing else, catch it early, which gives you a lot more options.
We're talking with Shannon Miller, Olympic gold medalist, who is also a cancer survivor. Shannon, I really appreciate you spending some time with us today and helping us get to know you a little bit better. And I look forward to these women that'll be joining you for this great event, Women Helping Women. And of course, there'll be some guys there too. And we do also honor the Women of Hope. And I don't know how much you know about that, but every year the foundation picks a woman of hope who has helped women with cancer and who has been part of the curing process for a lot of women. So we do appreciate you being part of this.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, it's an important point. I'm definitely going to talk about the caregiver as well, because it's such a critical role. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to coming.
Thank you so much. And you're right, the caregiver is so important a role. And I look forward to meeting you during Women Helping Women. Thank you, Shannon.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Olympic medalist Shannon Miller. And folks, you can go to pardeehospital.org to find out about tickets to Women Helping Women. You can go to the lunch or the dinner. It's October 24th and 25th at Kenmure Country Club.